Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome to this week in our wonderful English 101 class. I am Amy Wortley. I'm your instructor. I'm going to try and post a little video at the beginning of each week that kind of gives you a look at where we're headed, what kind of things you might want to be thinking about, what kind of things you might want to be spending your time on to make sure that you can be successful in this course. Because of course, this is a very fast class. It goes by so much more quickly than you would ever imagine. So it's good to take a moment at the beginning of each week, kind of orient ourselves and make sure that we're setting ourselves up for success. There are a couple things that educational research psychology has said create successful students, and it's not their IQ, it's not their ability to test well. Two things are the ability to manage time well and the ability to network. And in this case, networking means asking questions, whether it's asking questions of me, of our fabulous writing mentor, or of your classmates, whether it's in the discussion boards or on Inscribe or via email or Canvas Messenger. There are so many ways that we can reach out and get help. And so I hope that you are taking advantage of those opportunities when you're confused or when you just need a little extra support. So in order to help you be successful with the time management part, that's why we're going to have these videos. I'm going to try and keep them short because I know your time is very valuable. So I'm going to keep these little orientation videos between 5 and 10 minutes. They're just going to be short little overviews of what we're looking for this week. And so if we take a look on the calendar, if you click on the calendar tab in your Canvas course, you'll be taken right here. Make sure you've got your course linked here, and then you'll see where all the due dates are coming up. And so this week, today, we have our topic proposal coming due, as well as discussion about rhetorical analysis and including peer responses in that. Sorry for the interruption, the little head you saw bobbing across. Toddlers always need something as soon as I start recording videos, so they may make another appearance. Who knows? So you're going to be working on our topic proposal for today. And then on Thursday, we're going to be working on that understanding and using rhetorical concepts assignment. And Friday, you get this reminder to start drafting project one. So yes, that's already happening. So make sure that you are setting yourself up to be successful there. You've selected your person, you've done some research on them, you're understanding what rhetoric is and what we're asking you to look for here, so that you can be successful in the essay itself. The great thing about the calendar is if you click on the assignments, you can open a window that gives you all of the good instructions. So for our assignment due today, you're going to be identifying your top choices. You're going to be doing a free write of at least 15 minutes, answering, if not in full, at least in part, these bullet points. They're asking you major concepts to consider about your topic or your person you've selected. And then synthesize and compose. So 2 to 3 paragraphs where you're synthesizing, where you're talking about how you see this moving forward. And then we've got a nice list of requirements here so that you can see exactly what we're looking for and how you're going to be earning points on this assignment. So the assignments break these processes down for you. So do make sure you're reading them in their entirety because it really will help you as you move forward, not only in project one, but in project two as well. A side note that I want to emphasize here, remember that the person you pick in project one is the person you're going to be working with in project two as well. So pick someone who you can have a reasonable expectation of being able to get in touch with. Because project two requires you to do an interview of this person. So you shouldn't really pick a business. You should pick a person because you need to be able to interview the person. And you definitely should pick somebody who's alive because interviewing someone who has passed on is going to be difficult. You should also pick someone who you have a reasonable expectation will be willing to do an interview with you. So don't pick like Kim Kardashian. She's not going to give you an interview, right? You need to pick someone who is a little more connected to your community, who might be willing to sit down and have that conversation with you, whether it's via Zoom or phone or email or what have you. That interview is an essential part of project two. So as you're picking your person for project one, make sure it is a person with whom you can schedule an interview. Um, just a nice little pro tip there. So make sure you're keeping that in mind as you're writing your proposals today. And then you are going to be working on that understanding rhetorical concepts. So we're really looking for how this person is using ethos. And ethos is broken down into 4 different categories for the purposes of our class. Aristotle, the amazing thinker, came up with these ideas of ethos, pathos, logos, and kairos. So ethos is how we build perceived credibility. And the emphasis on perceived there, I think, is really important because it doesn't mean a person is intrinsically credible. It means they've created an image for themselves that is one that we trust. So how is this person creating that credibility for themselves in their profile? Pathos, how are they appealing to the emotions of the audience? How are they manipulating you? How are they pulling those puppet strings to get you to feel stuff based on their posts? And then why are they getting you to feel stuff? Pathos oftentimes relies on more negative emotions just because we find those more powerful and motivating. Oftentimes, if we feel sad, we want to do something about it. If we feel angry, we want to do something about it. Uh, Although a lot of people in their social media profiles try and elicit happier feelings too. So look for those, but it is easier to identify the more negative feelings oftentimes. Logos is logic. How are they using logic to establish their persuasiveness? So, how are they utilizing that? Is it the way that they format things? Has a logical flow? Is it the way that they use information? Do they provide sources for the things that they tell you? How are they using logos? And kairos is timeliness. So, are they responding in a timely way to world events or social trends or those kind of things? Because that helps them to appeal to an audience as well. So if you looked on your social media feed at all yesterday, you probably saw many people posting about Martin Luther King Jr. Day. That's a great example of Kairos. They were making a timely post because an event happened and they're engaging with their audience and connecting them to that event. That would be a good example of Kairos. So how is your profile person using these 4 rhetorical appeals to connect to an audience and then to persuade that audience to do something, whether it is to just continue following them or to interact with their posts and bump up their numbers, or if they're trying to elicit some kind of action, whether it is social action, going to a protest, or more economic action, buying a product. How are they asking you to engage with their material and with this persona that they've created for themselves? So think about those things as you're working through your Module 3 Project 1 assignment here, understanding and using rhetorical concepts. Give good, solid examples of ethos, pathos, logos, and kairos in this assignment from your chosen profile person. Um, and that will help set you up for success because that's what you're going to be doing in your essay next week. So if you have any questions, as always, reach out. I'm here to help. Feel free to reach out to our amazing writing mentor as well. She is phenomenal. Send her an email, talk to her on Inscribe. She's awesome and is super good at answering any questions you might have. So take advantage of those resources, take advantage of the support we offer for you here, and have a great week.